Hi guys, welcome back. This is something that I wanted to share with y'all today. Something that's kind of been on my heart recently, especially over the past few days. And that is the fact that emotions weigh a lot. They are so heavy. Welcome back to Chunks and Chats. This is the I don't know what, 6, 7? 6, 7 video. I don't know, somewhere around there. I've lost count. I don't care. Whatever. But I'm doing something a little bit ironic. I'm building a balloon today, or at least the first of many balloons to hold up my gas station. Get it? uh, but yeah, dude, emotions. What about them? They're so heavy, and as a man, they're even heavier because I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, but there's this sense that society just doesn't appreciate you opening up and being your true self. And and I try to fight the current. You know, I try to go against that, you should say. But sometimes the pressure just like I feel like I'm too much. And I feel like I'm too much for the people around me, and I don't want to stress them out, and I hate going to them and confessing the way that I feel, the way things stress me, but I need them. And and let me tell you, like, this battle that we're in called life, we can't just do it by ourselves. And I feel like most men, myself included, really often tend to just forget about that. So I'm here to say that it's okay to have feelings that are not good. It's okay to feel your emotions. And odds are most of your friends want to help you with those feelings. I've talked to some of my friends recently about my feelings. I've even gone as far as talking with my parents about my feelings, which isn't something I do very often. Growing up, I felt like sharing my opinions or my feelings got me in trouble, and I guess I'm still kind of healing from that. They've gotten better as well, for the record. They definitely respect my opinions. We don't agree. We don't agree eye to eye. I don't agree with everything my parents say, and they don't agree with everything I say, but they understand me better these days than they did when I was younger, I think. So, yeah, just trying to cope, trying to figure out how to be okay among a society that puts a lot of pressure on men specifically, but I want to include everybody in this video. I want to say, man or woman, like it's okay to have strong feelings, and sometimes it's important. You can't hide everything. You can't do life all by yourself. You need good friends. You need a support system, and it's very important to find people who love you, who really care about you, people who check on you. And I'm trying to do better at that for the people around me. I want to be the friend that I wish I had. The perfect friend, in my opinion, is somebody who never fails to check on you, to always make sure you're doing good. And it's not realistic, obviously. We all mess up and do wrong things to each other. It's just a fact of life. But I want to try my hardest to be there for the people around me as they have for me. You know, I want to follow the golden rule. I want to do to others as I would have them do for me. And I've had a lot of conflicting emotions lately, good and bad. The past 6 months, if I can be brutally honest, were probably the hardest 6 months of my whole life. You know, losing my wife in January and carrying that through all the way to now, basically. And I'm already out of wool. That's crazy. Let me... Do you take fall damage on a happy ghast? I'm scared to try it. I think I'll just go to the water. But having those negative emotions, but also like having gone through so much healing recently, for myself, I'm just dealing with a lot of positives and negatives at the same time. And I'm not... I do think I'm brave. I really do think I'm brave for dealing with it all. And I've never been much of a crier. It's okay to cry, for sure, but it just hasn't been my thing. I usually feel kind of embarrassed when I cry in front of people because some people don't know how to take it. I'm okay. Like you can cry in front of me. I don't mind that. But sometimes I feel like if I cry in front of somebody else, then it's gonna make them feel uncomfortable. Even when I'm by myself, I kind of have a hard time doing it. I didn't truly come to terms and like have a good sob session over losing my wife until I walked through the Minecraft world that we made together. Like that's just when it finally hit. Like even if I wanted to cry, like physically it would just not come out, if that makes sense. And so over the 6 months, from like January to June, I cried maybe twice about that. Even if I wanted to more, I just couldn't get the feelings out physically. But the past few weeks, I've done a lot more crying, just because there's so many strong feelings, so many conflicting emotions. Where did my sheep go? That's concerning. We might have a problem with foxes. Do foxes attack sheep, or is that just chickens? Oh, the freaking... Oh. You didn't see that. Yeah, okay. I have no more sheep. That's fine. That is just fine. What was I saying? Yeah, I've been able to actually cry more lately. And crying feels good. Really, it does. Just so many positive and negative feelings, fighting for first place. And two versions of me fighting for first place. I feel like I'm a much better person online than I am in the real world. Because when I'm online and I'm just playing the video games or whatever, talking to the friends, like, it's not as deep. There's a lot more problems in the real world to deal with. So there's a lot more stressors, a lot more things to tip me over the edge. When I'm driving is probably my greatest example. I'm a good driver. I'm a very good driver. I've never caused an accident. But I get conceited because I feel like, and I'm going to be honest, I really do think it's true. I can back it up. But I do feel like I'm a better driver than 90% of the people on the road. And it's okay to feel that way, but the point where it's not okay is where I get conceited. And I am conceited, and I'm not happy with that. I need to stop thinking that I'm better than somebody else just because I have more skill in a certain area. Driving is hard for some people. And when somebody merges out in front of me and then hits their brakes and causes me to slow down, I'm gonna be honest, it kind of ticks me off. And I get mad and I think, oh yeah, I'm definitely better than that person. But just because I'm better at driving doesn't mean I'm a better person. As a matter of fact, putting myself above somebody else is ironic because it makes me a worse person. And I've forgive me for the strength of the statement, but I want to kill my real life self and replace him with the version of me that my internet friends tend to see. The version of me that my close friends who don't tick me off tend to see. It's easy to be patient. It's easy to be nice to the people who don't frustrate you. But I want to be that way for everybody, even the strangers, even the ones who frustrate me, because, I mean, there were people in Jesus' life when he was here on earth. There were people who frustrated him. And what did he do? He told them right from wrong in the most loving ways he could. He didn't fight back. He didn't say, I'm better than you. Even though he had every right to. He definitely was better than anybody else. But he just loved everybody. And did everything he could to guide others to the Father. Even when they persecuted him. Even when they killed him. He said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. And oftentimes they don't. They don't know what they're doing. Somebody might hurt you, but it's not always on purpose, and usually it's not on purpose. And we tend to forget that. And then we get caught up in these emotions, these hateful emotions. And it's okay to feel emotions. It's okay to feel strong about these emotions. Even if they're not true, it's still okay to feel them. What's not okay is failing to recognize them and address them properly. And that's why we need to be able to handle our emotions. We need to be accepting of our emotions, not push them aside. Because when we push away our emotions, and believe me, I've done this, I've had friends who have done this, we shove our emotions inside and eventually it all adds up and we explode. And we hurt somebody, you know, we snap at them and we say something that we regret. I've done it so many times. I have damaged, well, I wouldn't say damaged, but I have hurt people close to me and had to go and make up for it just because I let everything build up. Instead of talking to them, instead of going through my feelings with them, I hid my feelings, and eventually it just exploded. So from my personal experience, I don't think it's okay to hide our feelings, and society encourages us to do that. It encourages us to hide our feelings and act like everything's better than it really is, but it's not. We're all struggling in our own way. We are all hurting so much, and some of us are afraid to admit it, but we all are. We really are. So don't be afraid of your emotions. They are heavy, I know, but don't be afraid of them because they're real and most likely they're valid. They just need to be addressed. And once you address those emotions, once you give yourself a chance to feel, once you go to somebody who cares about you and you talk through it, you'll feel so much better. Even just last night, I was panicking because I was worried about what people thought of me. I thought I was doing things the wrong way. I thought I was being perceived wrong. I thought I was just looking for attention. Or at least I thought that's what people thought I looked like I was doing, if that makes sense. And I panicked because I didn't want people to believe that about me. I just want to do the right thing because it's the right thing, you know? And I don't want to get caught up in doing things for the wrong reasons. So I went to a couple of friends and I talked about it, and thank goodness they were able to comfort me and tell me that everything is all right. My emotions are completely valid. They understand that I'm hurting, and I understand that my friends are hurting too. So it's really important that we just be there for each other. And I know it's hard for some people, but it's important to let people express their emotions. When somebody starts to cry right in front of you, usually our reaction is to say, "Don't cry, it's okay, everything's gonna be all right." But take Oprah Winfrey as an example. When people would cry when they were talking to her, she would let them. She would let them express those feelings. And you know what? They felt better after that. So don't be afraid to be in touch with your emotions. Don't hide your emotions, especially from the people who care about you, because you may feel like you weigh too much. You may feel like you're too heavy, like you're too hard to deal with, but there are people, maybe you still have to find them, but there are people somewhere who really care about you, who just want you to be okay. So don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to go to them. Don't be afraid to express those emotions. I know I'm talking in a circle and I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but I need you to understand that. I need to cement that point down for you. I really hope it makes sense to you. And if it doesn't, I'm happy to talk with you one-on-one about that, because I want us all to be okay. And life's not going to be perfectly okay while we're here living in this cruel world, but we can try our darndest to make everything be all right. And the only way for everything to be completely all right is to just turn to God, to give it all to Him. You know, like, this life is not going to be perfect, but the next one will be. And I really hope that you'll join me there. If you're struggling with that and you don't know where you're going after this life, I would love to talk to you. I would love to pray with you even. And I want you to make the decision to love those around you, to serve, to give up your life, to give up this life for a better one in the future. I will continue to pray for you and anybody else who still needs that, because I want to try to love people harder. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I want to be the friend that I wish I had. And I do have those friends. I'm so grateful. And I want to do the same thing for you. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for hanging out and listening to me ramble. I really do appreciate it. Sorry I didn't have enough wool. Sorry I had to go get some more sheep. Could have sworn I was good, but Mr. Wolf had some other plans. So I'll get the balloon finished later. Basically, I want to build a dock for the Ghast, and it's called the Ghast Station. I did not come up with that idea. I think that was actually somebody said that in Minecraft Live when the Happy Ghast was announced. So yeah, next time. This is, oh, I feel like I'm moving so slow in this world. I'm not getting anything done, but that's okay. Nobody's expecting me to rush, so I'm good. All right, I'll quit messing around, wasting time. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.